Okay. My hair all shrinked up. Sweating. So I'm not gonna be before you long. Um, I'm not gonna be here long before you all, okay? But I have some stuff to get out that the Lord want me to get out today. Uh, so it comes from a dream that I had yesterday. Wait a minute. Yep, this note, excuse me, the 16th. Today the 18th, yeah. It was the 16th. I had the dream. And so I want to say this. Well, I'll say, guys, I ain't trying to go ahead of what I wrote, uh, what he wanted me to write. But I already invited the Holy Spirit. I prayed before I came on. Um, so I dreamed of mice. Wait a minute. Hold on. Okay, so I dreamed of mice. I don't remember if the mice were uh, like crawling on walls. I laid there when I had the dream. So when I got ready to write the dream down, no, I wrote. Hold on, let me see what I wrote. Hold on. Uh, these mosquitoes. I wrote. I dreamed of seeing mice. Okay, mice bringing disease, and we already know that the hantavirus is here. Okay, we already know that, so I'm not coming to tell you that the hantavirus is coming because it's already here. But what I am going to say about the mice, he was saying that there are rats and mice. Let me just get to my stuff. Uh, and you all know that mice come from. Excuse me. You all know that the hantavirus do come from mice. It come from rats. It come from the feces, the urine, and when cleaned up, the particles be in the air, right? And if you're around, and if you are around, the particles can get in your nostrils. You could breathe it in, and it can cause serious problems. So I'm gonna say that. The hantavirus do come from rats, mice, species, particles, all those things. Okay. So they told you all that the hantavirus, they told you all where they come from, and it do because I was led to look it up. So it do come from rats, mice that drop feces, urine. Okay, and when cleaned up, the virus will surface in the air. Okay, and when it surfaces in the air, you will be infected if you in that place. It happens in an enclosed place. It can happen in a house. If a person got rats or mice and they drop in uh, rat feces and mice feces, mice feces that's been there for months and years, and rats just dropping, and then they go and clean it up, right? You gotta have on a mask. You gotta have on, and I'm gonna get to that too. What he's saying for you all to get. Okay, but you can't get it like in closed places that have rats and mice. Okay. So you can get it on the inside, on in the house, indoor, closed in. Y'all hear the birds? Okay. That's just what I'm about to talk about. The birds. The dream that I had. Okay. So that's just confirmation from the Lord. Okay. And they was right here at my car, right? You heard them. Y'all probably heard it. But okay, so this is just about the hantavirus, but I have two other things to talk about as well. The dream that I had. Okay. So the hantavirus come from mice and other rodents. It is shed in their urine droppings and saliva Rats are everywhere, right? Mice is everywhere. They're in stores, they're in grocery stores, they in party stores, they in stores like Walmart, Myers, they everywhere. Rats and mice everywhere. They in restaurants, and sometimes they get bossy and come out while people are there. They go around. No, but yeah, they could come out while the business is going, right. But they usually come out when everything's settled. They runs around. They crawling on everything. They urinating on everything. They feces is all behind the macaroni bags and the macaroni boxes. Y'all know what I'm talking about. They be in the meat. They be crawling all on the meat and dropping urine all over it, right? Yeah. But you all don't think about that. And then you go and pick it up, not knowing rats done ran all over it all night, urined on it all night, dropped feces all up behind the meat, but you don't see it because you just going to grab meat. The Lord wants y'all to wear gloves. It's time to wear gloves. So I'm going to just tell you as I go, okay? So I don't forget anything. You have to wear gloves, okay? Mask. He wants you to get the 4-layer mask. They have masks with 4 layers. So you have to get the mask with 4 layers. And they do have them because I seen them. I went on there and looked. They do have them. Okay. 4-layer mask. Okay. So where I'm at. And so the rats and mice, they live in walls. They could live under the floor. They live in sewers, manholes, and they work their way through the sewers and go into buildings. So imagine how nasty these things are. And then, oh Lord, that's nasty. Okay, so imagine that. Imagine rats and stuff all in. I've seen it. And I was at a restaurant, but I wasn't buying food for me. It was for somebody else that wanted it. I couldn't tell them not to get it. But the rats were humongous. They were going down into a sewer, like a manhole. They was going into a manhole, and manholes lead to sewers. So they go into these sewers and they go into they play all up in the sewer. Then they go up in somebody's restaurant. They know the way up in there because they done made their home there too. This is what I'm saying. They nasty, right? They are very unsanitary, right? And so they be in walls and they come out when the place is settled. That's when they run around. They run around when they settle, right? When the building's settled, when everybody gone home, they come out and then they wreak havoc all over the food, all urine and all over the place. The people come in first to walk around the store, to check their meat, make sure the rats ain't bit into the meat where it be shown. They go and they take the meat and they take it back to the back and they take that wrapping off and rewrap it. That's why the Lord says stop eating meat. Okay? But you all hard-headed. You keep eating meat. You gonna mess around and you gonna get what the Lord told you to not eat. You're gonna mess around and get something. And the Lord been telling me, He been sending me here to tell you all, stop eating all this stuff. Because it's not healthy and it's not real. And it's unsanitary. Like, do you think these people care in these grocery stores that work in the back? If they boss tell them to get that meat and rewrap it, that's what they're going to do? You think they care about you? Do you think they care about them saying, take that off the shelf because, the customer's going to come in here and we don't want them to have, get that bad, batch of meat. No, they're going to tell them to rewrap it and put it out there after rats done been on it all night. So this is where the hantavirus come from. We know it come from a ship. We know that. Okay? But it come from rats and mice feces. Okay? The reason why I was bringing it up about the grocery stores and all of that, because it comes from urine. It comes from feces. Okay, and when these buildings and these businesses close up, rats and mice, they run rapid and they drop feces, they drop urine. Okay, They don't go in there and clean up because the stuff been dried up before they open up again. So stuff have dried up, and you go and pick it up, right? Take it home. Don't wash your hands, because some people just don't wash their hands when they come from the grocery store, right? They just put the food up, still don't wash their hands, and then they put their hand on their nose or go towards their face, or they sneeze and put their hand on, they breathing in what they have touched, especially if it has been contaminated with the hantavirus. Okay, so that's what he's saying. Gloves. So wear gloves, right? Get gloves and 4-layer masks. That's what I'm gonna say for right here, but it's more. So I said all that. Okay. Okay, so you have to wear gloves. Is what he's saying. You breathe in these particles from a place that have released it into the air, right? When you sweep up rat feces and mice feces, you don't it don't say hantavirus, hantavirus, hantavirus. It's not gonna do that. Okay. So you breathe in these particles, it can be deadly. Okay. They could sweep before you come in there and the particles still be in the air. And the people come in. This thing is about to spread rapidly, people. So it can be deadly. Okay. They stir it up when sweeping or cleaning up in a closed in area. Okay. They go in, some grocery stores go in and sweep every day before they open, because they know rats is them been all over their stove. Y'all better stop buying this stuff. I'm telling you. Okay? So that's that. Wear gloves and buy 4-layer masks. They have them because I've seen them. They sell 4-layer masks. Okay? Okay, so the dream was, I dreamed about the mice. Okay? And then I dreamed, all in the same dream. So all in the same dream, he was speaking of what I'm getting ready to say right now. It was all wrapped up in one dream. Powerful. I just, the way the Lord give me things, it just be like, okay, Lord, and you got to be like, you got to know what you're doing here, okay? And so in the dream, I saw the mice, okay? That was one thing. The next thing, I looked on the floor. There were a lot of little birds, right? Little birds, like they were little. And in this dream, I knew that disease, that these birds was bringing some type of disease. And they was moving fast, like they was they was moving real fast, okay? And they was moving real fast. And so when I got up from out the dream, I was pondering on it a little bit. And so I'm like, why was they had little wings, but they wasn't flying. They was just on the floor. They was little tiny something, right? And I'm like, why was they not flying if they had wings? Why they just was all over the floor? And I began to ask God that. And hold on. So here it is with this dream here. All of it was all in one dream. I didn't go wait. And this is where I get the bird flu from, because because of the birds. I heard them say bird flu. Okay. So it's contracted through chicken or eating infected poultry. Your food must be cooked properly. And God been saying for you all to stop eating chicken. Stop eating chicken. Because chicken that's uncooked, it have parasites in it too. You could eat some chicken. You can go to one of these restaurants and buy chicken. I'm talking about cooked fried chicken. And before the box of chicken gone, you feel stuff crawling in your body. Those are parasites. Those are parasites. And then it's how the people store their food as well. They have to store their food properly, because if any warmth get to it, like now it's warm, they have to store this stuff properly. But God is calling for us not to eat it. He convicted me from eating it. But he's sending me here to tell you to stop eating it. He's been telling you all to stop eating chicken. Stop eating at the restaurants. Okay? So he's been telling us stop eating this stuff. Okay? But he's showing me now that it's going to be something spring up in the food. The bird flu is contracted through chicken. The bird flu is contracted through chicken. Okay? This is a lot. Okay, so this is gonna spread quick. This disease right here, the bird flu, is going to spread quickly. And I mean quick. When you hear of one person have it, trust me, it's gonna be like COVID-19, but worse. The bird flu is deadly. Okay? And this is going to spread quick because the world eat chicken. The world live off chicken. And so the government is figuring out ways to knock off a third of its population of mankind. A third of mankind is getting ready to drop off the face of the earth through diseases, through pestilence. And God is allowing it because you're disobedient, because you don't want to get a relationship with him, because you do not want to repent. You want to remain in sin. And so God is going to allow it. And Bible tells you that. And I have scripture for it as well. So they trying to find a way to get rid of a lot of people in this world. And they're going to get rid of a third of mankind. A third of mankind will die off this earth, just like it was with COVID. I can't sugarcoat this word. It's going to be like COVID, but it's going to be worse. This disease going to spread so quick, quicker than COVID. It's like God going to put some potent in it. Have you all gotten right with the Lord? Have you all repented of your sins? Because this is what is getting ready to hit the earth. And it also comes through eggs. The bird flu, because chickens, they birth eggs. Okay, I'll say birth. They birth eggs. You can get the bird flu through eggs as well. Who like sunny side up? Who like their eggs half done? I mean half undone. It's time to stop eating it like that, because you can contract it through that too. All these infected eggs not real today. Eggs ain't real. They are not real, because it has some type of fling over it, like some type of coating on it. And I'm talking about when you crack the egg, it has some type of coating over it. And then you eat it half undone, and you eat it sunny side, you still want the middle of it undone, you want it runny. You can contract the bird flu through eggs too, because chickens birth eggs. Stop doing that. Your food must be cooked, done. Food must be properly cooked. Food must be properly cooked. So like I said, God had convicted me from eating certain things. He convicted my spirit from eating chicken. Like he really humbled me, because I didn't want to stop eating it. And when the Lord humble you, he humble you. Okay? It hurt. It hurt real bad. I mean, he humbled me on my way home one day from somewhere. And I pulled over and I cried like a baby because it hurted. And it wasn't harsh, it was light, but it hurted. It hurted, okay? So he convicted me, but he put me here to tell you. You take this word back to the Lord. Like I told you all, don't never take what I say and just let it be that. Take it back to God in prayer. He will show you, you know. I know he's not just stopping me from eating it. If this is what's getting ready to come, everybody gonna have to stop eating it. I know you like chicken, but you're gonna have to go vegan. You know that's what they call that. You shriveled it up. It's vegan, and you can make chicken. That's what we gonna have to do, people. You like chicken? I'm quite sure you can make that taste like chicken, because I hear people do it a lot, and they don't complain about it. They fry it, and it look just like chicken. You can't even go to a farm, no farm. And I'm like, can they go to a farm, Lord? Before I came on, I said, can they go to a farm and buy their chicken? No, because birds that fly in the air can easily come in and interact with the chickens. My God, ain't that something? Yeah, they can easily come in and interact with the chickens and drop droppings. This is why I saw the chickens, because the birds, when they can come in, and the little birds, they could drop it, and as the chicken grow, it got this virus. And then they put the food all in the thing. People come on the farm and buy chicken thinking that's the safest, but no, it's the worst. It's the more dangerous way you can get it, because this is a quicker way for the chicken to become contaminated, people. So no, you cannot go to a farm, because the birds can easily drop in with the chickens. Hey, what's up? What you doing? And drop some feces or drop some urine, and then going on by this way. Not a chicken farm is contaminated. It's what he's saying, okay? And so this is why I saw the birds and the little chickens. So I saw birds and little chickens. I hope y'all following along with me with this. So what I saw was these birds. And these birds, now I'm talking about the birds that were flying. It wasn't many of them, but it wasn't as many as the little chickens. I saw like the little baby chicks that look like ducks. Y'all know those little ducks you buy and put it in the water and it float. That's how little they were. If I could best describe that any other way, that's how they looked. And they were yellow. But these birds that I saw were flying. They were black. Black brings is symbolized judgment. Okay, so the little birds that I saw, I mean, not the birds that I saw, they weren't big birds. They were those little black birds. And we knew that these birds brought a disease. Like, we knew throughout this dream that disease was coming. And we knew that these birds were bringing a disease. And we knew that this disease was spreading quick in the dream. We didn't want to be touched. We was in panic because we knew this dream, we knew this disease, was spreading quick. In the dream, we were moving away from, like it was a panic. And we was moving away from each other. We didn't want to, like we moving out the way. Don't touch me. That's how it's going to be, people. It's going to spread real quick. You're not going to want to be touched, because we knew if you touch me, I'm going to have it. This disease that's coming is person to person. The hantavirus is, and that's what I forgot to say. The hantavirus is not person to person. It's airborne. Okay, follow along. Okay. The bird flu It's person to person. And it comes through chicken. It comes through, it comes through food. Okay, so you got the hantavirus. It comes, it's airborne. Okay, the bird flu, you get it through food. Okay, so we knew in this dream the disease was spreading quick. It was spreading real quick. We were running, hiding from each other in the house because we knew these birds got in the house. We knew it brought disease. We knew it. And I already said these birds was in proximity with us, right? I need to let my windows up. I just love it when it rains. Hold on, I was letting my windows up a little bit. I just love the raindrops. Right? Okay, so we knew that the birds was in proximity with us. We knew the disease was there, and we were in panic. We was running, getting away from each other, trying to get away from these birds because we knew they brought disease. And when they came, we knew the disease was spreading quick. Okay? So everything in this dream is all what I'm saying right now. The bird flu can be contracted to person, and it causes mild symptoms like conjunctivitis, and pink eye. So I was led to look up what is conjunctivitis. It's an upper respiratory issue. And this is what the bird flu is. If you contract it, it has a mild side to it and it has a severe side to it. You don't want neither side to it. It's an upper respiratory issue. Excuse me, let me say this again. It causes mild symptoms like conjunctivitis and pink eye. I've got that in parentheses. And upper respiratory issues. But it will progress to severe pneumonia. It will progress severe to pneumonia, respiratory failure, and death. Pneumonia, respiratory failure, and death. This is the severe side of it. And the mild side of it is like a pink eye, and upper respiratory issues. The conjunctivitis is what happens, that membrane becomes inflamed or infected. This is the mild side of the bird flu. It becomes inflamed or infected, causing the blood vessel to swell. And we talking about your eye. And it will turn your eye either pink or red. That's the mild side of it. But the severe side of it is pneumonia, respiratory failure, and death. This next disease is what the people is not telling you all about. This is the one right here. This one right here is going to spread person to person. They not telling you this. The Simpsons predicted the hantavirus. I don't know. I don't watch The Simpsons, but I seen something where the Simpsons predicted and said what the hantavirus would come on a ship. Okay. Let my windows up again. Okay. So this next disease they not telling you about. This is the spreading quick disease. And it's called the Andes virus. The Andes virus. This disease spreads person to person. So, I told you all that the hantavirus comes from rats, mice, right? Okay? So why on a ship where the people caught it from, why would they be on a ship sweeping and cleaning up where people are on a cruise? I don't know if they were on a cruise or whatever, but why? Why was they on the cruise cleaning up if it comes from that? If it comes from you cleaning up, sweeping, particles all up in the air, why would they be cleaning up and a bunch of people on a ship? Huh? Why? Why is they cleaning up on a ship and it's a bunch of people on a cruise? They lying to you. They are lying to you all. They are lying to you all. It's not the hantavirus that was contracted on that ship. It wasn't the hantavirus. It wasn't the hantavirus, people. It was the Andes virus. Andes virus. And it's going to spread very quickly, just like the COVID-19. People were dying from it because the Andes virus is deadly. They're not speaking much of it because it's gonna get so out of order. They're gonna lie to you all, and that's what they're doing. They lying to you. It's not the hantavirus. How do I know this? Because my prophetic gifting told me that. I give you all what the Lord put in my spirit. What he give me, that's how I got it. The hantavirus is not what the people contracted on the ship. They contracted the Andes virus. That's person to person. You mean to tell me they clean up in a room where everybody at, and everybody caught the hantavirus, and they're in there sweeping, cleaning? That's not possible, people. I'm here to bring you the truth. Okay? That's not the hantavirus. It's the Andes virus. And it's going to spread quick, person to person. That's what it is. It's a type of hantavirus. That's why they said it's the hantavirus. But it's not the hantavirus. The Andes virus can cause severe respiratory disease as well in people. And it's called the pulmonary syndrome. It's a hantavirus pulmonary syndrome. So it has something to do with the hantavirus. So that's why they told you all it was the hantavirus. But the hantavirus comes from rats and mice, and it springs up in the air when you cleaning up. So you gotta be sweeping. You gotta be cleaning. Not so much, but I'm talking about sweeping. Where the particles gonna get in the air. They is not doing this on no ship with people in the room. What they saying? Move your leg, let me sweep a little bit. They lying to you, and I'm telling you, they lying. Let God be true and every man a liar. That's where we at right now. Let God be true and every man a liar. The hantavirus is false. This is not what they have. They have the hantavirus. And that's why they didn't want to let people off the boat, because they know. But people got off the boat, the ship, and they went their own direction. They went to different countries. They went to different states. They went to different cities. Let God be true and every man a liar. Okay. The hantavirus it can have something to do with the Andes virus. Excuse me. It can have something to do with the Andes virus. The Andes virus lead to the Andes virus. If you all paying attention, I hope I'm saying this in a way that you all understand. If not, tell me, and I'll bring it clearer. So the Andes virus is the next outbreak. Get your mask and gloves. And get your, what they call them, your respiratory mask. You know those masks, those big masks that go on your face with the two things on the side? That's what you need. And you need to get that ASAP, as soon as possible. Get you some respiratory masks. Get you the 4-layer mask and get you some gloves. The Lord is saying. Because it's getting ready to go down. Okay? This virus is going to begin with flu-like symptoms. And it will get worse as it go. It is highly contagious. This is the spreading quickly. The disease spreading quickly. My Lord. The Andes virus is person to person. It's going to be something like COVID-19, but it's going to be worse than COVID-19. You touch something, you know how when COVID came out, how people were getting on elevators, coughing on stuff and touching stuff, coughing in their hand, touching stuff, and then people go and touch it. That's how it spread it so quick. This is how the Andes virus is getting ready to spread real quick. It's going to spread quick. Before when it's in full force, when this virus is in full force, that's when they're going to come up with something else. It's the hantavirus. And it's getting ready to take a third of mankind. And God he's stamping it for approval. Have you gotten right with the Lord? Now I'm going to give you the scriptures He led me to give you all. This is the disease they're not telling you about, the Andes virus. They told you it was the hantavirus, because the hantavirus don't spread person to person. See, it takes someone with the Spirit of God, with the wisdom of God, with the knowledge of God, and with the understanding of God to know these things. And you all took the hantavirus and ran with it. No. Other people were sick. It was not the hantavirus. So what, they sweeping on the ship while people on a cruise, telling everybody move your foot, put your feet up on the chair? No, they lied to you, and only a dummy will believe that. Okay? I'm not calling nobody dummies, but I'm just saying, like, only people with no sense will believe that. That's why it don't pay to not be in relationship with your Creator, because you will not know anything. If it wasn't for those that God have put in place to speak His words and to bring to you all what He gives them, you all wouldn't even know. You'll be in the dark. And so, when it's in full force spreading, that's when they're going to come up with something else. And so I'm going to go to, Luke 21, verse 11. There will be great earthquakes. That's coming as well in the United States. Yeah, it's coming. Earthquakes, famines, and pestilences. You hear it say pestilences with an S. It don't just say pestilence. It say pestilences. That means more than one. More than one virus is coming. More than one disease is coming. More than one disease is coming. More than one virus is coming. So there will be great earthquakes, famines, and pestilences in various places. and fearful events and great signs from heaven. Okay? This is what's coming. And I'm going to read, he gave me a couple, I got a couple of them. Revelation 6. It talks about, let me go to it. Revelation 6, about the pale horse. Hold on. About one of the horses that bring 6 verse 8. Yeah. I looked, and there before me was a pale horse. Its rider was named Death in Hades. This virus, this disease that's getting ready to come, it will take many up out of here. It's going to be worse than COVID. That's the best way I could say that. And I'm telling you, I don't know if it was millions or thousands left here from COVID. But I thank God that he covered me with that. The pale horse, its rider was named Death and Hades, was following close behind him. They were given power over a fourth of the earth to kill by sword, famine, and plague, and by the wild beasts of the earth. Did you all hear that? The pale horse brings death and Hades. Was following close behind him. Let me read that again so y'all can understand. I looked, and there before me was a pale horse. Its rider was named Death, and Hades was following close behind him. That means Hades ain't far from death. They were given power over a fourth of the earth to kill by sword, famine, and plague, and by the wild beasts. Deuteronomy 28, 21 and 22. Deuteronomy 28. Deuteronomy 28. Excuse me. I ain't been to this page. Stuck right there. Hold on. Okay, so Deuteronomy 28, verse 21 and 22. Okay. 21 and 22. Here it go, right here. The Lord will plague you with diseases until he has destroyed you. The Lord will plague you with diseases until he has destroyed you from the land you are entering to possess. The Lord will strike you with wasting disease, with fever and inflammation, with scorching heat and drought, with blight and mildew, with plague, which will plague you, until you perish. And what it's gonna take a third of mankind. A third of mankind. A third of the people on the earth. Psalm 91, we already know what that is. God will protect his people. Psalm 91, verse 3. Hold on. Psalm 91. Surely he will save you from the fowler's snare and from the deadly pestilence. These are the ones that's covered by God. This disease, this virus will not touch them. Surely he will save you from the fowler's snare and from the deadly pestilence. He will cover you with his feathers, and under his wings you will find refuge. His faithfulness will be your shield and rampart. You will not fear the terror of night, nor the arrow that flies by day, nor the pestilence that stalks in the darkness, nor the plague that destroys at midday. Those that are his will not be touched by this virus, this disease that's getting ready to hit the land. He will protect his people. He will cover his people. And that's what it is. Take this word back to the Lord. Test the spirit. Always test the spirit.